In the vast, cold steppes of Mongolia, where the wind whistles over endless hills and the horizon is lost in a sea of grass, a child was born who would change the course of history. His name was Temujin, but the world would remember him as Genghis Khan, the supreme conqueror, the leader who would forge the largest land empire ever seen. The beginning. From prisoner to leader, Temujin's story did not begin with privilege or power. He was born around 1162 in a Yurta skin tent under the immense Mongolian sky. At the age of 9, life struck him violently. His father, Yesuge, leader of a small tribe, was poisoned by Tartar enemies. Without a strong leader, the family was abandoned by their allies. Temujin, his mother and his brothers were expelled and ceased to be lords of the steppe to become outcasts, hunting rats and roots to survive. Tragedy hardened him. In his teens, he was captured by a rival tribe and chained into slavery. But young Temujin would not accept the yoke for long. With cunning and determination, he escaped, and this experience planted a powerful idea in his mind. Unity would bring strength. He learned that the endless wars between Mongol tribes kept them weak, and that if he could unite them, there would be no limits to what they could accomplish. The forging of a leader. For years, Temujin sought alliances with nearby clans. He proved to be a fair but ruthless leader. He rewarded loyalty and punished betrayal with brutality. Little by little, the tribes united under his banner. In 1206, at a great tribal council called the Kurultai, he was proclaimed Genghis Khan, meaning universal king. Genghis Khan was not just a conqueror, he was a reformer. He created an army based on meritocracy. It didn't matter where you came from, but your ability. Their warriors were disciplined, organized, and mobile. Each soldier carried composite bows that could accurately fire arrows from horseback. Even while galloping at full speed, the Mongol cavalry became the most feared war machine in the world. Unstoppable expansion. With his army united and his vision clear, Genghis Khan began to look beyond Mongolia. First, he conquered neighboring tribes, then set his sights on China, an ancient civilization with untold riches. In 1215, the Mongols captured the capital of the Jin dynasty, what is now Beijing, destroying it and demonstrating to the world their destructive power. But Genghis Khan did not stop. His horsemen were the terror of the steppe and the desert. They crossed mountains and rivers, advancing faster than any enemy army could react. In 1219, Genghis Khan turned his attention to the Khwarezm Empire, a vast territory that spanned from Persia to Central Asia. The local ruler, arrogant and ignorant of Mongol power, made a fatal mistake. He killed ambassadors sent by Genghis. The response was brutal. The Mongols invaded with unprecedented ferocity. Entire cities were razed to the ground, their inhabitants massacred or enslaved. Legends say that in cities like Samarkand and Bukhara, the destruction was so total that the land was strewn with human bones. The Mongol army used terrifying psychological tactics. They sowed panic among the populations by leaving a few survivors alive to tell of the atrocities. The conqueror's strategy. Genghis Khan did not rely solely on brute force. He was a master strategist. His armies used mobility and deception as weapons. They feigned retreats to lure enemies into ambushes. They divided their forces, attacked from multiple fronts, and used spies to sow discord among their rivals. In addition, Genghis was a pioneer in the use of psychological warfare. The reputation for his ruthlessness was enough to make many cities surrender without a fight. As he advanced, Genghis Khan respected the skills and knowledge of the peoples he conquered. Chinese engineers taught him to build catapults and siege weapons, which the Mongols used to destroy fortified walls. Their enemies could not escape, nor could they hide. The legacy of an empire. In 1227, while leading a campaign against the Western Xia kingdom in China, Genghis Khan died. The exact causes of his death remain a mystery. Some accounts say he fell from his horse, others that he was wounded in battle, but his death did not stop the Mongol advance. His sons and grandsons continued the expansion, creating an empire that stretched from the Sea of Japan to the gates of Europe. Under Genghis Khan and his successors, the known world was connected as never before. The Silk Road was established, a vast trading system that allowed the exchange of goods, culture, and technology between East and West. Despite his brutality, Genghis Khan was also a shrewd administrator. He introduced a legal system called yasa, which unified the laws of his vast empire. He protected merchants, guaranteed religious freedom, and established safe routes for travelers. The Pax Mongolica brought stability to regions that had been mired in chaos. One man, one legend. Genghis Khan was not just a conqueror. He was an architect of empires. His vision and ambition changed the map of the world and the history of humanity. Through violence and discipline, he unified scattered tribes and created an empire that endured long after his death. Today, it is estimated that 1 in every 200 men in the world is a direct descendant of Genghis Khan, a stunning testament to his impact on both warfare and human genetics. From the cold steppes of Mongolia to the walls of Europe, the roar of Mongolian horses and the shadow of Genghis Khan marked the world forever. His legacy still resonates, a mix of terror, admiration, and respect for the man who dared to dream of conquering everything he saw under the endless sky.
In the cold steppes of a world without an owner, a child was born whom the wind called. His father fallen, his home destroyed, but the fire in his soul never went out. Stone and steel forged his walk. In chains he dreamed of freedom. Oh, Genghis Khan, conqueror of the world, under the infinite sky, your steps echo. You united those who war broke. Your name in history was never erased. With the bow in his hands and vision of unity, his army was a river that no one could stop. From the hills to the desert his shadow grew, and in the flame of power he found his destiny. The wind sings the legend that he was a man who defeated history. The wheel of time cannot forget you. Your sons carry the flame to shine, uniting the world in a single walk. Oh, Genghis Khan, conqueror of the world, under the infinite sky, your steps resound.